Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Prepper podcast. We've got a treat today. We are joined by Shadow Scout Swede. It's always great to hear about preppers in other countries rather than just our own. And Sweden's not just IKEA and good meatballs. It's also the birthplace of the pacemaker, the computer mouse, and even Spotify. And now Shadow Scout Swede. How are you doing?
Well, actually, I woke up with a flu today, so
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I've been knocked out all day. So I just slept as much as possible before I joined here. So
Well rested then. There you go.
yeah,
So it should be on top form.
yeah.
Right. My first question to everyone who comes on here is, do you class yourself as a prepper? Because some people...
Yes, I do. I definitely do.
Yep, there you go. There you go. There's no other term about it or anything like that. You're just definitely a prepper.
Yeah.
Can you tell us why? Like what first inspired you to become a prepper, and what are you prepping for?
I always, as a kid, I was always interested in wilderness survival and things like that. And I was always interested in the Native Americans and how they survived in the forest or in the desert or wherever. But when I got older,
Mm-hmm.
I it was 2014. I joined the civil defense, our local civil defense association here
Okay.
in my city. So and when they talked about preparedness and things like that, but I always had that in mind from the beginning. So I got some valuable information from them. So
is there something specifically that you're prepping for, or is it for everything?
you can't prep for everything. That's impossible. You can cover up the basic situations, wildfires, floodings, hurricanes, pandemics, and grid down. If you can have enough to cover all those areas up, you're ready. You can basically do whatever you want. You will manage pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's going to give you a head start on anything. But is there no for me? So the reason I started prepping a long time ago, I've always had a pantry full of food. But what got me more serious about prepping was the Carrington event and the thought of a solar flare and things like that. Is there no specific event for you, or is it just general?
Well, Carrington event, as you mentioned, that is a big one. And the problem is that will happen again.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
And if we have really bad luck, that will be a global grid down.
Yeah.
Shut off.
Yeah, that's insane to think about, right?
Yeah, it is.
So as a prepper, are you a lone wolf? Are you part of a group, or what's your mentality on that side of things?
I'm not a lone wolf. I'm not, because that is basically stupid. It has its advantages and disadvantages, but I'm not a lone wolf, because alone, not strong, many strong. So
yes, definitely. So do you already have a group or people that you do this with?
I try to put together a group, actually. So I hope I can get it to work. It takes time from idea to put a group together. You just don't do it overnight.
Yeah, so it's something you're in the process of then, is it? Something you're doing at the moment, right? Okay, cool. What's the prepping scene like and the culture like in Sweden? Obviously in America, it's a big thing. In the UK, it's very, very niche. What's it like there? Because generally you're a bit more prepared as a nation, right?
Well, the government tried to get out a lot of information to the population and the citizens. I have actually the new revised pamphlet. I have that for you, so you can take a look at it, and it's on English, so
Okay.
so you can download it and take a look at it.
Oh, cool. That's brilliant. Yeah, I did do a video on the one for a while ago. It might not be the revised one, but I did do a video on a while ago. But what's the public's reception to that? Are they on board? Is there a lot of preppers?
Well, it is around 30 to 40% of the population who has some form of preparedness.
Okay.
But the rest of the percent does not have any preparations at all. They are not prepared. So that is a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
And how we look at prepping here in Sweden, it is basically what we call the green wave.
Yeah.
Basically. That considering in US, you have much more opportunities for self-defense and protect your homes and things like that. And UK and Sweden are pretty similar in laws and things like that. So you're basically you get your hands tied, basically, in my opinion.
Yeah, we're talking obviously about firearms and things like that. You've got very similar laws to ourselves, but you also have allegedly about 64,000 civil defense shelters that can accommodate around 7 million people, and they're in residential places. Do you have access to one of them where you live?
Yeah, in the building next door we have a shelter. Yeah.
Have you been to it? What's that like?
Well, it is not active. They store bicycles there, basically. So and we have a lot of shelters, yes, but how many of them are really working as they should? And we have in this town, we have some of the shelters, they made apartments of them. So
they made the actual shelter room into apartment.
Yeah. So that is a little bit of a problem.
Yeah. I mean, I assume people would just be vacated if it came to the crunch and everyone had to get down there. You just lost your apartment, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
And it's the landlord who owns the building who are responsible for those shelters.
So could they get in trouble for that, do you think? Is it a government stipulation?
Yeah, they can. It's regulated that every landlord who has a shelter in their buildings are responsible for them. They are responsible, so they are clean, and so it's not
able to
too
be
many
used.
things that bundle up there or something. So many of them need to be restored, and that will cost a lot of money too.
Yeah, but I mean, at least you have them. We don't even have them. We don't have anything over here. It's just we've just got to bury our head in the sand. So what's it like? I mean, obviously your laws are similar to us. Obviously, prepping's a bit less niche there. What's the mainstream media like? Because preppers are not fans of the mainstream media in general.
Well, yeah, I heard your tinfoil hat, you're crazy, you're a nutcase. Hey, what? And I usually, if I meet a skeptic, why should? And if they tell me, why do you do that? That's unnecessary. We have everything already. We can go to the store. You don't need to stock up on everything. Food, water, and medication and things like that. Well, I usually reply with, why do you have a home insurance and car insurance?
Yeah.
If my house burned down, if my car break down, the same thing here. It's an insurance for your family, you and your family, to manage through crisis or disasters.
Did you guys get locked down during the pandemics?
There were some local lockdowns on some places, but not the whole country.
No, so shops remained open and stuff like that.
Yeah, shops
Yeah.
were open.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame because it kind of teaches them that way as well. So, I mean, geopolitically, Sweden's always been quite a neutral country. But in 2024, in March, they joined NATO.
Yeah.
As a prepper and as a citizen, is that a good move, do you think? Or is that a bad because it could drag you into things?
I consider it as a good move because if Finland joined and we don't, we would be sitting ducks, basically. We would have nothing to put against the red tiger on the other side.
Yeah.
So,
and it must be a genuine concern because Sweden abolished conscription in 2010, but then they restarted it again in 2017 after the Crimea. And they're aiming to conscript 10,000 people a year. That's the target.
Yeah.
How's that work over there? How's people took to, because the thought of conscription, when it was even mentioned over here, people were panicking. So how's that been taken there?
Well, people take it pretty good, actually. And there are a lot of people who wants to join the armed forces. So,
yeah.
But most of them don't get in, even if they want to, because of their physical issues or mental issues or something like that. So,
yeah, because you do have something called total defense duty, right?
Yeah.
And do you want to tell me what that is? It's basically like a questionnaire when you're young for your health and stuff like that. What's involved with that?
Total defense duty. Basically, it means that every civilian from they turn 16 years old to 72. So if there would be a war, they have to help.
Right.
Yeah, that's you're bound by law by that. So you can't say no.
By help, that could be anything, though, right? So if you're not as physically able, you're not going to be on the front line, but you will be doing something towards the war effort, I assume.
Yeah, if you are in a wheelchair, you can serve food, cook, and do things like that, or do some paper administrative works as well. So there are always work for everyone. So.
Did you do the national service with the conscription, or did you not fall in the bracket there?
Well, actually, I did my military service in 90 to 91, 10 months.
Right, okay. What was that like? Just basic training then, was it?
Actually, I was a depot man.
Okay.
Maintaining and painting and maintain trees, planted and mown the grass and things like that.
So does that if that come to the point where total defense duty was like enacted, would it be because you've done that you'll go back to that kind of thing, do you think?
Actually, I'm too old.
You're not over 72. I'm not having that.
No. Until you turn 48, they can't call you in the military service anymore. You go automatically over to the civilian.
Right. Okay. And is that like a home guard kind of situation? Is it?
I'm vice president in our local civil defense association here in my city. So
what's your what's the responsibilities of the local civil defense then?
We have also the municipality have here is what we call FRG group, which is a volunteer resource group. That means if there is a disaster or anything like that, and the municipality not have the resources to handle it by themselves, they call us and we help them. So we are the reinforcements, basically.
Do you think being part of that helps you as a prepper?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it influence the way you prep?
Yeah, because you learn a lot of, you get training. So
Yeah.
in different aspects of what you should know. So
yeah,
first aid, and you learn how to handle water on a proper way, especially when it comes to those emergency water tanks, 1 cubic water tanks.
Cool. Sweden has a strong tradition of like being prepared for long winters anyway. Do you think that gives your prepping a bit of an edge or an advantage in certain situations?
In certain situations, yeah, I think we have an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Considering to UK, if your winters is not a winter.
No, but it still stops everything.
Yeah. But here I live in the northern parts of Sweden, so I live around 550 kilometers north of Stockholm. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Are you a bug in or bug out, or depending on the situation?
My idea so far is to bug in. First of all, my wife has some health issues and things like that. She have a lot of medications and things like that, and she does not move that fast as I wish.
Yeah.
Or would like. But so the option is to stay put as long as it's possible, unless it gets too dangerous. In that case, we have no other option rather than bug out. That's it.
Yeah. Do you have a location to bug out to?
No, I don't.
No.
I wish I had, actually, but I don't have the financial status to buy a property like that, because I would like to have a nice little house, 6 acres.
Yeah, of course, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you buy something like that, and I would like to have it as a homestead as well. But the problem is you have to pay for that maybe 3.5-4 million for.
Wow.
Yeah. and I make not that much money, so I can't take any loans for it either.
Yeah.
So
it's quite high price to get land there then.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the same sort of situation here. Land is like getting overpriced galore. It's ridiculous. Do you think, right? So Sweden has a excellent social welfare system, right? They've got a really good, like in comparison with a lot of countries.
Yeah, in comparison, yeah.
Do you think that affects people's willingness to prep because they've got that sense of security already of a government that looks after them?
I think it might be a little bit of both, I guess. But we have a good social welfare system, yeah. But the problem is when it comes to medications, I can only take out medication for 3 months only.
Yeah.
And that is a package of 100 pills.
Yeah.
That's 3 months. I can't stock up on more than that, which is, I think, complicate things. But what I can basically, this is ibuprofen, and I can buy how many I want to and I need to.
Yeah. You can stock up that because it's store bought and things like that.
Yeah.
So have you with obviously if you require certain medication, have you looked at alternatives then? What happens if it's beyond the 3 months?
Well, this is my blood pressure medicine. So
Right.
that would be a little bit easier to handle because there are some certain plants that can take down your blood pressure, and
Mm-hmm.
like moringa, for an example, moringa
Okay.
tea or moringa powder, you can buy that. It has a very special taste, so it's hard to describe, but that works.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. Let's quickly talk about your YouTube, because you've been on YouTube for 10 years. I mean, that makes me look like, a tiny speck in the ocean in comparison. You've got
Yeah,
553 videos, and
yeah.
you're a fraction away from 3,000 subscribers. So hopefully after this
Actually,
goes out, have you just gone
I have
over?
3001 now.
There we go. We're over 3,000. Well, hopefully when this goes out, I'll give you a few more as well.
Yeah.
But what made you start YouTube? I did go all the way back to your first video 10 years ago. And one of the first YouTubers you mention is Canadian Prepper.
Yeah.
So what made you start YouTube? I'm really curious.
Well, that was basically a hunch. My wife watched YouTube before me,
Mm-hmm.
and and uh, and I said, "What are you looking at? Watching at? Oh, YouTube. Send me a link then." And okay, she sent me a link, and oh, cool. And the first video I watched was Dave Canterbury,
Okay.
because I was on that part. And after a while, I began to think, hey, I can try to make some videos, and well, I hope somebody want to watch them, but I probably don't get any subscribers. But I was pretty shocked when I obviously got subscribers and people watched my videos.
Yeah. So were you worried? A lot of preppers say, I don't know if you get the same thing, but I get messages saying I shouldn't be on YouTube because I'm a prepper, because people can see your face. Did that bother you?
Not really.
No.
But that is the side effect you have to actually take when you do YouTube.
Yeah. And why do you want to? Is it to get more people prepping?
I just want to people to make them more aware that they need to have food and water stocked up, basically, because a great down can happen anytime, and especially in winter time.
Yeah.
Grid down can, if the grid is not of that high quality, it will break down. And
yeah, similar fears to ourselves then when it comes to that. No, it's really good and it's interesting. I mean, I was introduced to your channel by Miss Worm, funnily enough. And she's the one that put me onto you. So I've got a backlog of videos still to watch. So I am going through them. So it's great. And if you'd like to join me in watching them, it's the same as your name, right? It's Shadow Scout Swede, all one word. That's your YouTube channel. The link will be in the description as well. I've got one last question for you, because it came from a subscriber who said, I need to ask you this. I think she was only joking, but she said, how easy is it to move to Sweden, buy land and build a bunker?
Okay, move to Sweden and build a bunker. Well, there is a company here in Sweden. You can actually buy a simple bunker. But the problem is you have to pay 800,000 for it.
Wow.
800,000. And if you want to have a house on top of that, too much.
Right. So the answer is no, stay away.
No, it's not worth it, considering the prices on the houses and properties here. That would cost more than it tastes, basically. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, it's good to know. Would you like to add anything else while we have the audience before we go?
Well, be part of the solution, not the problem. That is a good advice.
Love it. Love it. Thank you for joining me. Shadow
Thanks
Scout.
for the invite.
No, it's really appreciated. And thank you for inviting me in the other day on your live. Shadow Scout Swede, go and check out his channel. It's not just videos. He does lives with a range of different preppers, introduced me to so many channels just in one evening. So make sure you go and subscribe. Check out when he goes live, because I guarantee you'll find somebody new and you'll learn something on every single stream. That's it from me. Thank you very much. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe. All the links you need are down in the description, and we will see you again in another video really soon. Thanks, Shadow.
Thank you.
Yeah.